I, 30 male, have been in love with Tiffany, 28 female, for years. I've never told her outright, but I think she knows. She's been my best friend since college, and I've been by her side through everything. Her struggles, her successes, and unfortunately, her on-again, off-again relationship with Brian, 32 male. Brian is everything I hate in a man. Possessive, controlling, but only when it suits him. He treats Tiffany like she's his property when things are good, texting her constantly, getting jealous over the smallest things, making her feel guilty for having a life outside of him. But the second she actually needs him, he vanishes. I've seen it happen so many times. Every fight, every breakup, every time he left her sobbing on my couch, swearing she was done with him, and every time I was the one picking up the pieces. She doesn't have much family. Her parents passed when she was in her early 20s, and she's an only child. I think that's part of why she holds on to him so tightly. She's afraid of being alone, even though she's never been. She's always had me. The breaking point. A few months ago, Tiffany's illness flared up badly. She could barely get out of bed, lost weight from not being able to eat properly, and had to take time off work. She was exhausted, physically and emotionally. Brian disappeared. No calls, no texts. She tried to reach him, but he ignored her. Days passed, then a week. Finally, he sent one message. "Sorry, babe, just needed some space. Hope you're okay." That was it. No checking in, no apology, nothing. She was devastated. I was furious. That week, I was at her apartment almost every day. I brought her groceries, made sure she ate, sat with her when she was too tired to hold a conversation, and for the first time I thought she finally saw Brian for who he really was. She told me she was done. She blocked his number, deleted his messages. I believed her. For the first time, I actually thought this was it. And then she took him back again. 2 weeks later, Brian showed up at her door like nothing had happened. I wasn't there, but she told me later how he just sat down, brought food, started talking about himself, his job, his gym progress, some drama at work. He never once asked how she was doing. That night, she called me and said she had finally ended it for good. She told me she opened the door, told him to leave, and that she felt free. And I believed her, again. But then she started acting different, canceling plans, being vague about what she was doing. I knew something was off. Then she finally admitted it. She had taken Brian back. She told me he had changed, that he realized his mistakes, that he was trying, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I had spent years watching this cycle repeat itself, hoping that one day she would wake up and see what was right in front of her, that she had someone who would never leave, never ignore her, never treat her like she was disposable. I wanted to tell her everything, that I loved her, that I had always loved her, that I was the one who stayed. But what would it have changed? She made her choice. And for the first time in years, I made mine. I didn't text her back. I didn't answer when she called. I let her go. Mutual friends say she doesn't understand why I abandoned her, that she's upset, that she needs me now. But how many times can you help someone who refuses to help themselves? I still think about her every day. I wonder if she misses me. I wonder if she'll ever get out of this cycle. But for my own sanity, I had to stop wondering. So, am I the a-hole for finally walking away from the woman I love?